Did you know that regularly eating the wrong kinds of nuts could raise your risk of heart disease by as much as 48%, especially if you're over 60? And no, that number isn't something made up. It comes straight from a multi-year study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. What's alarming is that many seniors believe they're choosing healthy snacks, yet some of the nuts most commonly sitting in kitchen cupboards can quietly increase blood pressure, spark inflammation, clog arteries, and even worsen cognitive decline. One nut in particular, which I'll reveal shortly, has been tied to higher levels of a toxic compound that builds up over time and can harm your liver, kidneys, and even your brain if eaten too often. Yes, the same nut frequently recommended in low-carb diets might actually be causing long-term damage to aging bodies, and it's probably in your snack bowl right now. But don't worry, in this video, we're breaking everything down. From the safest, heart-friendly, brain-boosting nuts you should eat more often to the ones you need to start cutting back on immediately. This is your complete guide. And be sure to watch until the very end, because nut number 1 on the bad list has a shocking secret almost nobody talks about, and it could be harming your health without you even noticing. Before we dive in, let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content like this. Alright, without any further delay, let's jump into the 4 nuts seniors should be eating. Nut number 4. Almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse. Almonds are one of nature's most ideal foods for aging adults, mainly because they offer impressive amounts of calcium and vitamin E that work together to maintain bone density. As we get older, bones naturally become more porous and fragile, making fractures far more dangerous. Just a quarter cup of almonds gives you around 97 milligrams of calcium, helping counter the bone loss that speeds up after age 65. What truly sets almonds apart isn't only their calcium. It's the magnesium paired with it, something many seniors don't get enough of. Magnesium helps transport calcium into your bones instead of allowing it to settle in your arteries, where it can cause harm. Their healthy monounsaturated fats also support heart health by lowering LDL cholesterol, which becomes increasingly important as cardiovascular risk rises with age. I usually recommend seniors eat about 15 to 20 almonds each day, ideally raw or dry roasted without salt. They're roughly 3.5 g of fiber per serving helps reduce constipation, a common issue affecting almost 40% of older adults. Research from Tufts University also shows that almonds contain unique antioxidants that help protect brain cells from oxidative damage, potentially slowing age-related cognitive decline. When buying almonds, choose those with their skins on. The skins contain flavonoids that pair with vitamin E to double antioxidant strength. Just remember to chew thoroughly, especially for seniors who have swallowing challenges. Nut number 3. Walnuts, the ultimate brain-boosting nut. Walnuts might be the most impressive brain food available to older adults, and it's fitting they even look like the brain they benefit. These nuts contain the highest amount of alpha-linolenic acid of any common nut, a plant-based omega-3 that's crucial for aging brains. Omega-3 fatty acids help maintain brain cell membrane integrity and support healthy neurotransmission. A landmark study in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks experienced noticeable improvements in cognitive processing speed and mental flexibility. The polyphenol in walnuts even cross the blood-brain barrier, fighting inflammation inside brain tissue and potentially slowing conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's. Something many people don't know is that walnuts naturally contain melatonin, the very hormone that drops as we age, contributing to sleep problems. Eating a small handful in the evening may help regulate sleep cycles. Walnuts also offer cardiovascular advantages through arginine, which improves blood vessel function, and polyphenol that reduce oxidative stress. For seniors on blood pressure medication, walnuts may complement treatment by helping maintain flexible arteries. To get the most benefit, keep walnuts in the fridge to prevent oxidation, and try to eat about 7 to 9 walnut halves daily. Cracking them yourself can even serve as a simple exercise to maintain fine motor skills. The slight bitterness is actually a sign of strong antioxidants, so don't let that scare you off. Nut number 2. Pistachios, the blood pressure stabilizer. Pistachios are one of the most underrated nuts for senior health, especially for maintaining healthy blood pressure. What makes them unique is their exceptional potassium to sodium ratio, about 285 milligrams of potassium per serving with naturally low sodium. This balance becomes incredibly important with age since older kidneys tend to retain more sodium. That potassium can reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to some medications but without side effects. Pistachios also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that specifically target the macula, helping protect against age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss after 60. Unlike harder nuts that may be tough on dental work, pistachios offer a satisfying crunch while still being gentle on older teeth. Their green and purple colors indicate potent antioxidants that help neutralize aging, accelerating free radicals. There's also a practical benefit. Shelling pistachios naturally slows eating, preventing overeating and creating a mindful, mentally stimulating experience. A study in the International Journal of Obesity found that the empty shells act as a visual cue, helping regulate intake. Seniors with arthritis should look for partially open pistachios to make them easier to access. Aim for around 49 pistachios per day, ideally unsalted or lightly salted. The 3g of fiber per ounce helps control blood sugar, especially important since 25% of Americans over 65 have diabetes or prediabetes. Nut number 1. Brazil nuts, the thyroid supporter. Brazil nuts take the number 1 spot because they support one of the most overlooked aspects of senior health, thyroid function. They're the richest food source of selenium. Just one nut contains about 96 micrograms, or 137% of your daily requirement. This is crucial since thyroid disorders affect up to 20% of adults over 65, many of whom are never diagnosed because symptoms resemble typical aging. Selenium helps convert thyroid hormones into their active forms, supporting energy, metabolism, and even mood. Beyond that, Brazil nuts contain fatty acids that help maintain myelin, the protective coating around nerve cells that often deteriorates with age. This may support better coordination, reaction time, and cognitive processing. Brazil nuts also offer a more bioavailable form of selenium than synthetic supplements, meaning your body can absorb it more efficiently. Their creamy texture makes them satisfying in small amounts, which is important because you need only 1 to 2 per day. Too much selenium can actually backfire. Choose Brazil nuts in their shells when possible to preserve nutrients, and keep them refrigerated to prevent the oils from going rancid. They also help with constipation thanks to their combination of fiber and natural oils. Emerging research suggests that antioxidants in Brazil nuts may help protect telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that shorten with age, potentially influencing aging at the cellular level. For nuts you shouldn't be eating. Now let's switch gears and look at the nuts seniors should limit or approach very carefully. Nut number 4. Peanuts, the inflammation trigger. Even though peanuts are extremely common, they pose several issues for older adults. First, peanuts aren't actually nuts, they're legumes that grow underground, making them much more prone to mold and aflatoxins. These natural toxins can harm the liver and raise cancer risk, and this risk grows with age as detoxification slows. Peanuts also contain proteins that can spark inflammation even in people who aren't allergic. This kind of low-grade inflammation worsens joint pain, increases cardiovascular strain, and may accelerate cognitive decline, 3 areas already vulnerable in seniors. Their high omega-6 content further fuels inflammation, especially since most people already consume too many omega-6 fats. For seniors on blood thinners like warfarin, the vitamin K in peanuts can interfere with the medication. Commercial peanut butters worsen the issue by adding hydrogenated oils, salt, and sugar, which burden aging cardiovascular systems. Even natural peanut butter often contains added salt, which raises blood pressure, already a concern for 63% of seniors with hypertension. Improper storage can cause peanuts to turn rancid, and the dry roasting process used commercially creates acrylamide, a compound linked to cognitive decline. If you've been eating peanuts without issues, try switching to one of the recommended nuts even a few days a week to reduce exposure to these risks. Nut number 3. Cashews, the hidden sugar spike. Cashews are particularly concerning for seniors due to their unexpectedly high carbohydrate content and glycemic impact. Unlike typical tree nuts, cashews carry about 9 g of carbs per ounce and less fiber, creating a blood sugar response harmful for the 25% of adults over 65 with diabetes, and the nearly half with prediabetes. Their creamy taste often leads seniors to overeat them without realizing they're spiking glucose levels. Their curved, smooth shape also makes them one of the nuts most likely to be accidentally aspirated, posing a choking hazard for anyone with swallowing difficulties. Nutritionally, cashews contain high levels of oxalates, which bind to calcium and reduce absorption, a serious issue for seniors at risk of osteoporosis. Oxalates also increase kidney stone risk, which rises sharply after age 60. Cashews also require extensive processing to remove urushiol, the same toxin found in poison ivy, and this often involves high heat that damages nutrients. Many commercial cashews are oil-roasted and salted, raising sodium intake and cardiovascular strain. Another lesser-known issue is that cashews contain enzyme inhibitors that may interfere with protein digestion, which is already reduced in many older adults. Their pleasant texture also makes overeating more likely, contributing to weight gain at a stage of life where that becomes harder to manage. If cashews are a regular part of your diet, consider slowly replacing them with almonds or walnuts, which offer better benefits with fewer risks. Nut number 2. Macadamia nuts, the calorie bomb. Macadamias, though delicious, are one of the most problematic nuts for seniors because of their extreme caloric density. At around 200 calories per ounce, they're the highest calorie nut available. This is especially concerning because metabolism slows with age, making weight control more challenging. Their very high fat content, about 22 g per ounce, also puts stress on the gallbladder, which tends to function less efficiently as we age. Roughly 15% of seniors have gallbladder stones without knowing it, and macadamias can trigger painful symptoms. Macadamias also contain one of the highest amounts of saturated fat among nuts, raising LDL cholesterol, already a common concern in older adults. Their hardness poses dental risks for seniors with crowns, bridges, or weakened teeth. They're also expensive, prompting some to buy cheap or low-quality versions that may be rancid, increasing exposure to oxidized fats. Many store-bought macadamias are heavily salted and oil-roasted, adding unnecessary sodium and damaged fats. Their rich flavor can encourage overconsumption, especially in seniors with reduced taste sensitivity who crave stronger flavors. It's also important to note that most studies showing heart benefits from nuts excluded high-fat varieties like macadamias. If you enjoy macadamias regularly, consider swapping them for pistachios, which offer a similar satisfaction with a much safer nutritional profile. Nut number 1. Pine nuts, the medication disruptor. Pine nuts take the top spot as the most concerning nut for seniors due to several serious issues. Most importantly, they contain compounds that can interact with over 60% of medications commonly prescribed to older adults, potentially reducing their effectiveness or causing dangerous side effects. These interactions are especially strong with statins, blood pressure medications, and certain antidepressants. What makes this worse is that most doctors never mention these interactions. Pine nuts can also trigger pine mouth syndrome, a condition where a metallic or bitter taste lingers for weeks after eating them. While annoying for younger people, this can be harmful for seniors by reducing appetite and leading to nutritional decline. Studies show up to 42% of cases result in significant unintended weight loss. Older adults seem more susceptible due to changes in taste receptors and slower detoxification. Pine nuts also oxidize quickly, producing inflammatory compounds, which is especially problematic for seniors with arthritis or other inflammatory conditions. Their small, slippery shape makes them easy to aspirate, particularly for seniors with swallowing issues or those on medications that cause dry mouth, a problem for over 70% of older adults taking multiple prescriptions. They also contain enzyme inhibitors that interfere with protein digestion at a time when protein absorption naturally declines. Even in pesto, pine nuts create a calorie-dense food that can contribute to weight difficulties common after 65. Emerging research even suggests certain pine nut varieties may speed up age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss among seniors. These were the 4 nuts you should think about avoiding after age 65. By choosing the right nuts and avoiding the problematic ones, you can dramatically improve your energy, health, and cognitive function in your later years. Now we want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed changes in your health after adding or removing specific nuts from your diet? Which nut made the biggest difference for you? Share your experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Music,